After I review a child's dyslexia evaluation, parents very often will ask me, what type of dyslexia does my child have? So I really wanted to unpack this because as dyslexia professionals, we don't really put a lot of stock into labeling the type. If you're new here, I'm Megan, and I help parents make confident and informed decisions about dyslexia. So if you Google types of dyslexia, you're going to find like 5 different charts with 5 different names. It could be phonological dyslexia, surface dyslexia, stealth dyslexia, visual dyslexia, double deficit dyslexia, deep dyslexia, orthographic dyslexia. I could go on and on. But guess what? None of these definitions are standardized or diagnostic. And as certified academic language therapists, what we look at instead are patterns of weakness to help to drive our instruction. Dyslexia always is going to involve difficulty in the phonological component of language. And what that means is how the brain processes sounds for reading and spelling. But for some kids, that weakness shows up more strongly in phonemic awareness, like trouble hearing and segmenting and manipulating sounds. And for others, it's more visible in orthographic or spelling-based weaknesses, where like memorizing sight words, remembering patterns, and writing accurately are the bigger hurdles. But then, of course, we can see both, where it's like a mixed presentation or what can often be referred to as double deficit dyslexia. But I think that you need to be cautious about labeling a type because it can be misleading or make parents think they need an expert in that specific type of dyslexia or that only this one dyslexia programming will work. Or, for example, if testing happens after a child has already received great structured literacy instruction at school, we might not see that early phonemic awareness weakness as strongly anymore. And then somebody goes and calls it orthographic dyslexia. It doesn't mean that this child has this type of dyslexia. It just means that the intervention worked. As a dyslexia professional, we need to shift the focus to the other side of the language continuum. That's why as CALTs, we use data-driven instruction, not labels, to determine how to best individualize to that child's need and profile. Because our job isn't to name it, it's to teach it. So when you hear someone talking about the 3 types of dyslexia or the 5 types of dyslexia or whatever version is circulating around this week, I want you to take it with a grain of salt. And remember, what actually is important is working with a professional who understands exactly how your child struggles and how to build the skills to overcome it, not what label we're calling it this week.